Will ask us questions. Imagine if in Burkina we refuse to fight and we accept to submit to live in slavery. Tomorrow our children will grow up. They will ask questions. Were our parents cowards to leave us in slavery? Whether we are alive or dead, we will feel it. The coward is afraid. And the imperialists have understood. They try to instill fear in the leaders so that you become cowards. Because when you are a coward, all other vices can arise. They do everything to make us afraid. They come into our palaces. They threaten us directly or with veiled threats. Of course, we respond as we should. They always take examples. They will tell us, Thomas Sankara tried to do it like this, but where is he? He is dead. The Haitian president, he tried to do it like this. Where is he? He is dead. Gaddafi tried like this. Where is he? He is dead. These are the veiled statements made to us to instill fear. And then we also often see some young people trying to follow in the footsteps in a different.
Gotten a new lawyer. Why Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso deploys EU lawyers to Finland, once order Samuel Ekpa released September 16.
Well, I think what is happening now shows that we are having a Russian interest in what is happening in Finland. And you remember that Alexander Stubb actually went against Russia's interest supporting Ukraine. The only way Russia can regain their influence back is by using already established presence in Burkina Faso and among Sahel nations to push for Samuel Ekpa's release in Finland. Whether Alexander Stubb like it or not, what you see Traore talking about Samuel Ekpa means that there is a massive support coming from the Russian government, Vladimir Putin, who recently had a switchover, a meeting with the United States of America concerning that. After that, the EU leaders actually met with Trump, in that regard. And Alexander Trump and this man from France, Macron, we are all there. Now just to give you a brief where the source of that statement is coming from Russia. But the man making that statement is Abraham Traore, has been reported, in that source. But the fact now is this, he has also deployed some links that has to do with, experienced fortified lawyers, just to fortify Samuel Ekpa's legal, presence ahead of his court appearance. Then the most important one there is David Mosanga. He is a renowned international jurist, judge and lawyer, named them, and to an extent, this has triggered a lot of crackdown by United States of America trying to measure some certain, attack on the ICC judges who has compromised the Biafran story of genocide. The Biafran government in exile has continuously reported this severally, and that was why Donald Trump made sure that most of these corrupt judges in ICC are dismissed, especially those who has compromised the truth. Samuel Ekpa, in the real excess of it, has not committed crime. Biafra recognition and sovereignty was declared in Finland, while Alexander Stubb was still the president of Finland. And I can tell you that very clearly, that what he did was as a result of compromise, which is already being taken by different organizations, civil society organizations around the world, preparing for a very bigger onslaught against Finland and Nigeria if Samuel Ekpa is not released on September 16. His presence is what we are talking about today. Forget that the Nigerian government are making mockery of themselves. Simon Ekpa will be released. The world is standing up for the reality on ground. The world is standing up for the killings of Christians all over Nigeria. The world is standing up for the voice that have resisted the Islamization of Nigeria. And Simon Ekpa is one. Finland is one of the freest nations in the world. Simon Ekpa has made Finland more popular. Finland is supporting Ukraine. Finland is taking sides with terrorist organizations. And today, we have seen it play out clearly. That the alliance between Finland and Nigerian government, using their arms wing of political conquest, PDP and APC, attacked Simon Ekpa, who is a biafra Finnish citizen, because he said, defend yourself. You can watch. Now, the man you are seeing there has taken it another direction. Simon Ekpa is preparing for a dangerous comeback that will be backed by world leaders. And Nigeria are going to face the consequences. Nigeria is breaking up on a daily basis. Nigeria is being handed over to Islamic agenda. And that synergy, that combination, whether it's from the west, whether it's from the east, whether it's from the south, or the north, or the middle belt, it has come to an end. Because what God has destined for his people cannot be stopped by ordinary people. In as much as you cannot stop the God of Israel, you cannot stop the God of Biafra. Christian leaders in Nigeria are silent over the killing of Christians. No Christian leader, but how wealthy they are, can stand up and defend their fellow Christians who are being killed on a daily basis. They are busy. I'm not against you owning a private jet, owning the biggest mansions in the world. I'm not against that. How do you not justify the wherewithal God has given you when you are seeing your fellow Christian on a daily basis are being killed? How would you justify your private jets without even raising a voice and call the world to the plight of Christians and demand that Christian nations all over the world should stand up and defend Christianity, just like what Israel is doing today? And the Arab world are standing up and are defending Islam, even in Nigeria. That's why you see all the whole northern governors, nobody saying anything when these attacks are ongoing. The Yoruba governors are not saying anything. The ministers are not saying anything. The army and the police are not saying anything. There will be a way out. The world have seen it. Nobody should blame resistance when it comes. Bigotry, whether you are bringing ethnicity factor into it, that is your business. And that is why the whole world will stand up and do the needful. Separate Nigeria and let death stop. Let Nigeria go their separate ways. and let death stop. Make it the responsibility. These are the things Christian organizations and churches, world leaders in Nigeria, Christian leaders in Nigeria, supposed to be talking about, calling the world attention. Are you telling me that God does not know what it means by putting so much resources into your hand? Do you know why God transferred the kingdom wealth to you? And you are silent over this because you want to fly a private jet. You are now giving room for people to question. Even Jesus Christ no understand when his own life was being threatened. He said, I have the authority to call the heavens to defend me. But rather I'm here for a mission. Peter, take away your sword and keep it for another day. That was an instruction. What are the religion? Why are the religious leaders saying when people who have come to defend you? Nnamdikanu, he never raised a voice. He never called Tinubu to order. When they were planning this thing with Shetima and Finland ambassador to Nigeria, you all keep quiet. Now, the Christian nation is under attack. Nigeria has the world's richest pastors currently now. But there are people who are being given to shepherd are being killed by external forces who do not want their relevance and presence. I keep on telling you, if you see Abraham Traore and these people making this effort, go and ask Traore what he's going through in the hands of terrorists. Burkina Faso. Why Russia stood for the Sahel nations. They are saying they are going to stand for Simon Ekpa and Biafra.
Finally, the names of the sponsors of Boko Haram and terrorists may come out anytime soon. And Nigerians have been waiting for that for a long time. That the names of the sponsors of terrorism in Nigeria will become clear. I gave you a report. The UAE, they gave Muhammadu Buhari names of sponsors of Boko Haram. Till he died, Buhari refused to give us that name. The names of the sponsors of Boko Haram, Buhari refused to give Nigerians the name. But finally, at any time soon, the name will come out. Don't forget, Israeli military said they are coming to help Nigeria fight the war and to eliminate Boko Haram and ISIS. You can see that information right there on your screen. Israel had promised Nigeria to help them defeat terrorism. Murik said no, that Israel should not help Nigeria. Now, I'm giving this information now. But at any time soon, the names of the sponsors of terrorism in Nigeria may be made known. The names of the sponsors of terrorism at any time, they may reveal them. If you are watching for the first time, kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel, on notifications, drop your comments, click the like button, and also share this video. As you are watching, be liking and be sharing, and also drop your comments. Let me continue. Finally, the chicken had come home to roost. Don't forget, the USA, they have a pact with Israel any day, anytime. Israel and the USA, their allies. Don't forget, US government with Saudi Arabia too, they also have a pact. Now I'm giving you information here. Saudi Arabia, they deported Sheikh Gumi from Saudi back to this country. I gave you one report how Sheikh Gumi was arrested as at 2010 in Saudi Arabia from my sources, Sahara reporters. Now they said he had collaboration with Abu Mutalab, who wanted to blow the American plane then. Israel, the USA, they have said no to terrorism in their own part. Enough is enough. We would never support terrorists. That's what the USA and countries like Israel are saying. We will never support terrorism. So for the fact that they are coming here to help Nigeria fight the war against terrorism, supposed to be a welcome development. But no, Murik have kicked against it. And I will give you that report very soon. Even in the north, there is anger that why will Nigeria collaborate with Israel? Even in the north, there's anger that why would Nigeria collaborate with Israel? Now, I'm giving you this different information. Don't forget, Israel, they sent people to the southeastern part of Nigeria for a DNA test. It's been said that some Igbo said they are Jewish. So the Israeli, they sent people to Nigeria. But Buhari's government, they don't allow that to see the light of the day under Muhammadu Buhari. Now, the question is, I don't know what they are covering. I cannot speak for a family. I don't know what they are covering, and I cannot tell you why Buhari's government always block any fact-finding missions, any people that are against terrorism, and any people that wants to make sure that there is light at the end of the tunnel in Nigeria. But that was Buhari's government. Buhari's government, you saw how the bandits became so powerful right here in Nigeria. Under Buhari, you saw it. Bandits had negotiator. Bandits were repenting. Yeah, repentant bandits. And some of them are said to be entering into Nigeria security architectures. Don't forget, when the Nigerian military went to the eastern part of Nigeria, he said Igbo life, he said Igbo land. The Nigerian military went to Igbo land and they were begging the Igbo youths, come and join the Nigerian military. They were begging the Igbo youths, please, come and join Nigerian military. Now, let's leave that. How will a serious people who have been ravaged by insurgency, who have been ravaged by terrorism, and Israel offered to help you, I said no. That shows you how unserious these people are. I will always make that statement, but drop your comments if you know the person that made it. An attack against Boko Haram is an attack against the north. As you are watching, just drop your comments. An attack against Boko Haram was an attack against the north. Drop your comments. You know who made that statement. And then you are asking why insurgency thrives as much. I've always maintained, if only Buhari's government use that same energy that they used on nnamdikanu from Kenya to this country, the same energy Sunday Igboho, he had to run to Benin. if only wise government use that same energy on armed herdsmen, the Fulani militia, the bandits, and terrorists, by this time Nigeria will have been at peace. Now, over the weekend, the Nigerian government arrested 2 top terrorists, and I gave you that report. Nigerian government arrested two of them, 2 top terrorists here. And I said they must never be forgiven and they must face the full wrath of the law. 2 weeks ago, bandit leader Bello Tongitu was begging for mercy, and he said, I am now ready to lay down my arms. I'm not fighting anymore against the federal government of Nigeria. But I said, Bello Tongi himself, he must die.